y'all back again for another video. So this time I have Aka with me again, and we're going to be talking about a topic that is, I guess, not much talked about, because we know that a lot of women are very, very unhappy with their existence with men. But I figured we'd lighten it up a little bit, and we'll have Aka explain her existence with men and how she views it. We were talking about this subject a few times, and she brought it up jokingly, but she actually has some sincere sentiments, if you want to call it that, about how she views the interactions between me and her. So without further ado, go ahead and talk. Let's say hi to the people.
Hello. No. I don't know, what do I say?
Well, you were telling me that she said, I'm so spoiled. You spoil me so much.
Rotten. You spoiled me rotten.
And how do I spoil you rotten?
Well, I don't know, I say that sounds bad, but I say that when I say it to other people, but to you, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm happy. Like, I'm happy all of the time.
Yeah.
And I go through my little fits, but generally speaking, I feel good.
Okay.
And that's pretty much, I'm spoiled rotten. I don't complain or about anything, but I feel like with me and you, it's so natural.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because
not too much.
You're always like, ooh, ooh.
What is that? What is that?
You walking around the house smiling.
Oh, yes. I mean, I can't be always,
Mm-hmm.
or even
yeah.
act like that.
Act like what?
In a space that is so peaceful and, calm and collected, I wouldn't want to be the one that comes in and tries to rain on everybody's parade.
Yeah. And why wouldn't you do that?
Because I like the sunshine and rainbows.
So what you're saying is essentially, what I'm getting from it is that you like it because that is what you draw to. You draw to peace.
Of course.
Meaning that this is what I interpret it as, guys, that she likes peace because she seeks peace. So for any woman who seems to not have peace or seeks peace, that means she probably likes that. She likes the anti-peace, if you want to call it that. She likes the chaos. She likes the disruptions. She likes to make things difficult. That's what I would say.
See, there's so many extremities to saying that, just because, people who speak negatively, I don't know. So I guess the whole basic of, pretty much whatever you put out is what you pretty much are. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
So, not that I seek peace, but, I'm not a person that's, I guess, I don't know.
I would say if we wanted to clarify it a little better, is that you have peace and you want to continue to add more peace to your life in different avenues and aspects. Meaning,
I don't just want to associate with that negativity.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Exactly. Because, for instance, a lot of people don't have friends because they're seeking, they're seeking peace, and it just so happened that a lot of people who end up being quote unquote friends aren't about peace. So you exclude having friends,
or you can be friends with them, and then you just, when they get to that point, you're like, yeah.
I'm talking about really close interpersonal. Y'all talk, all the time. I'm talking about actual friends. But if they got some drama, you're not about that, because that infringes on the peace that you already have. Is basically, what was you really willing to fill a slot with? Meaning that you have a slot for friends, you have a slot for family, you have a slot for associates, you have a slot for children, meaning, and all these things you're looking for the slot of the person that will fill it with peace rather than chaos. Meaning, if you have friends, they got to have some peace about them. Meaning that if you have a significant other, they got to have some peace about them. Meaning that if you are dealing with your family, they got to have some peace about it.
It would be nice for them to have peace.
Right. Yeah. Meaning they're bringing some peace to the overall life that you live, because we all have slots, to fill, with people that we can fill with people, but some people I'm spoiled. Some people would rather fill those slots with chaos, with people of chaos.
But see, there's sometimes when a woman goes through her, maybe monthly, weekly, yearly kind of chaos, because we have to let it out. I feel like, like we have to do it once in a blue moon. But so it's just a way that you should interpret it, or I don't know. I'm still working on that, because I try to keep it in now. I try to keep my chaos always in between myself, but sometimes it's like you have to.
What do you mean? You mean like? Oh yeah, well yeah. Yes,
as a woman.
Yes. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But me as a woman, I try.
Well, that's what femininity is for. Femininity is the management of chaos. Is part of it. Part of femininity is managing chaos properly. You know what I mean? I do it
internally.
Yeah.
I don't take it out to anybody else just because of me wanting peace.
Yeah. And that's funny, because a lot of women's chaos stems from the abundance of possibilities. Because like I was saying before, they believe that a lot of these possibilities are equally true, even though the plausibility isn't, true. It doesn't have a high likelihood, rather. And with that, I think that women entertain a lot of different things because they think that one of these roads leads down to peace, to happiness, to the things that they want. But, looking back at it, it's nothing but chaos down that road. As a male, that's what I see.
That just makes no sense.
I
think people do it because they have lack of self-control, and because they are spoiled little brats. I mean, all the things you call me, but not spoiled little brat. I'm spoiled and I'm a brat.
Okay.
But I'm not a spoiled little brat.
It's different, huh?
Exactly. Lack of self-control, or you're a spoiled little brat. You feel like you're entitled. But this is a good spoil.
A good spoil rotten.
Yeah,
it's kind of like some fermented wine or something. Some fermented grapes.
Better and better.
The fermentation is getting better.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, but I don't think that I spoil you. I mean, I feel like the way I look at it is that you put in the work. It's not like I'm just handing you stuff. You know what I mean? It's not like you aren't doing anything. You know what I'm saying?
I don't feel like I do enough, but I think, like I said, I think women always feel like they're not doing enough.
Well, I would beg to differ, because there's well, of course, but there are some women out there who think they do enough and they're not doing shit. You know what I mean? So they have, that's where the false entitlement comes from. Because you didn't work for nothing. Why do you feel like that? But that is kind of strange to see it on the other side, where you actually do a lot of work and you feel like you're not doing enough for what you get.
Exactly. Like, I'm spoiled. Like, what is going on? But then again, like, I don't ask for much.
Yeah.
And then the little things I do ask for is like, I go crazy. It's Christmas.
and that's really weird, because I would figure that somebody would have been like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and stay right here, because she's not that hard to please.
I wasn't.
And she's beautiful, and she's smart, and she has all these great qualities about her.
But I'll tell you this. Okay, so that's why I can't speak bad about them, because at the end of the day, like, I realized what it was, like, the masculinity. Like, so probably my chaos didn't, like, really went there with them. Pretty much. That's how I look at it now.
Well,
because
true. Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, and men, this is why I say that it's good for you to have some parameters, some rules, some boundaries, some things set up for a woman before she even gets there, because she's gonna come with chaos. This is serious. She's gonna come with chaos, and to expect a woman just to come in to smile all every day, that's unrealistic. You have to be prepared to meet her chaotic feminine with a masculine structure, with a masculine rational, meaning that you knew this was coming, so you planned for it. Because that's essentially what happened. I already knew you was coming to the door with some level of chaos. Because you came from the world. You came from outside, So I already knew that there was some level of grooming and some level of teaching that I can give you to help you, give you the tools to help you cultivate the energy, the mindset, the drive necessary in order to containing the chaos properly.
True.
I already had that plan. I had that template way before I even met you, because I figured that someday I'd meet a woman like you eventually. This is where it is, So it is very. The reason why I can say that is because I speak from a point of failure. Meaning that I know what this looks like when the kid goes crazy, and I know, and from taking pointers from the failure, I can then cultivate what I didn't do versus what I should have did.
And you to know that there is different levels to
this.
Definitely.
And I got tools for every single last one of them. I pass them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, here you go. Here, go have a seat over there. Work with it, and then come back and give me a product. Give me something I can work with. And that's essentially what happens.
And I appreciate that you're patient, pretty much. And you're very, I never really once seen you raise your voice or anything. Like, I don't know, it's so admirable.
It's called self-control and high-level masculinity.
Yes.
Yeah, you...
Never met a man. Never. And that's why I say, I don't know, they talk about the age difference in the women and all that and how to get them, or, I don't know. But for me, I would say I have never come across like a man of your stature. So... Well, they're not really out there. But I know that they're out there. But now that I'm recognizing one, or I guess they're really interacting with one. Because I can say my brothers, or somewhat, but they're not like hardcore. They're just men.
Yeah. And that's what I say all the time. And it's kind of weird because women seem to think that the way the men are that they have been meeting is just the way men are worldwide.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
We're gonna have hope. There's better than this. Well, see,
always. Because women know the truth of the chaos. They just fall victim to it often. But not just because you fall victim to it doesn't give you an excuse not to hold yourself accountable from falling victim to it. And that's what women do. So when it comes to the chaos and the hope that they would meet a man, they understand that they ain't never met one. So their chaos may give them some little bit of hope through one of the parameters that they can think of, the ones that they can imagine. But as it stands right now, this nigga ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I've never said that.
I'm just saying that the general mentality is that this nigga is not gonna get right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy because I've never thought I never had that, and just because I have brothers. Well,
no. I'm talking about meaning this ain't the dude for me because his lack of whatever is a problem
to their standards.
Right.
So maybe women have low standards.
Exactly. That's essentially what I'm saying. That's essentially what I'm saying. That they have been dealing with dudes that are low bar for so long. They
have accepted it. They just accept it.
Well, I wouldn't even say it's accepted because women have to seek out males' attention in some way, shape, or form. The way things stand currently, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's the reason why women are in this push-pull situation when it comes to polygamy. They kind of like, you know what I mean? They kind of like, I don't want to deal with it, but low-key they do. You feel what I'm saying? Because they know the truth. The truth of the matter is that all these dudes have been doing the same thing.
Or if she's smart enough, she will know the value of the man that she possesses and what it takes to keep him, pretty much.
See, but that comes the structure. The structure is not there anymore because they're not teaching the women what a man of value looks like. They don't know until it's too late. A lot of times, some women luck up and they might meet a man, just by selecting. You know what I mean? They might run across a couple dudes and they finally run into one and they stick with him, and he may be the one that is actually meant to do something with his life. So some women do luck up. For the vast majority of women, though, they don't get that opportunity. You get what I'm saying? Think about how long it took you to meet me. You feel what I'm saying? And you got lucky.
I wouldn't call it luck, though.
Well, yeah, I'm just looking at it in the terms of probability. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because you said you haven't. Exactly. You saying you haven't met a man like me.
I've never met a man like you.
And you're 32.
And I traveled and I like to network with people and never.
Exactly.
Never.
So think about for all the men that you met, you can say that one out of those men, whatever that amount is, let's say that you not, because I know you haven't had sex with 1,000 men, but let's say you met 1,000 men, like just passing by, maybe got to know them or something like that.
Not one of them with you.
And not one. So that's 1 out of 1,000.
Yeah, it was like more than 1,000.
You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just passing by, talking to people, like, hey, how you doing? This guy is automatically on some bullshit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're attractive, so men are going to draw to you anyways. So you don't necessarily have to do anything. You could step outside and dudes be like, hey, baby, what's going on? You see how them dudes looking on the corner? Niggas like, yo. No. Look at that little mommy over there with she like black dudes too. Oh yeah, we gonna see what's up. You know how dudes are. You know what I mean? But they didn't cat call, they didn't whistle, nothing. But imagine if you had been walking by yourself.
But it's crazy because I don't recognize stuff like that because you're around.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
Why is that crazy?
Like, that's crazy.
Well, because nobody approaches you when you're with me.
Nobody. They don't want to look at me. And then you go to the bathroom or something, and then it's all like, 2 minutes. I got 2 minutes.
And the thing is, think about if you were not with me, though. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I don't want to go back to that life. I don't want to go back to that life. I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled rotten. This
Here
is another 100 reasons why I'm spoiled rotten.
I guess.
See?
I mean, but to bring it back, imagine what other women have to go to. You see what I'm saying? They have to go through these men getting at them all the time just because they may be attractive, right? And not one of them dudes is it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So that standard gets created by the abundance of the men that they ran into.
So pretty much the standard that you have is gonna have that level type of woman level type of men.
Well, see, here's the thing about it. So they should have a standard, and a lot of them do. But the thing is, the standard is unrealistic because they never met that man who they have that standard for. You get what I'm saying? So they think that he needs to have 6 figures. They think that he needs to be a baller, but they don't ever think that he needs to be a man who knows how to do something.
They're not looking with the right pair of eyes.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Because it wasn't passed down.
Or it's not even passed down, but it's not what they're looking for. Or not even that, but it's not what they're about. Like sometimes I feel like you're washed.
Yeah.
It's like society makes you washed over, so they don't recognize. Like they be like, something's about you, but then it's just like, they brushed you off. Knowing that later in life they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like exactly. I was chosen, but then I turned down being chosen. You know, so. It's sad.
Well, that's the condition of women. But I akin it once again to the older women not passing down the knowledge of how to spot those men. Because they look the same.
Well,
it's just that they change different.
How to be because
no. It's not telling them. It's grooming them. Grooming them. Because for instance, you know how to cook, right?
No, yes.
Yeah, you should. Right. And what do you know how to cook mainly?
Food?
No. What style of food do you know how to cook?
Puerto Rican food?
And why do you know how to cook Puerto Rican food?
Because my mama.
Oh, so you telling me that there's a such thing as grooming a woman to being able to do something according to the tradition. The tradition was not passed down when it came to looking for the right man. That's the problem.
Oh.
It was lost. That's an art too. Cooking is an art. But also finding the right man is an art.
The foundation is just all messed up, pretty much. But I don't think women really look for things like that. Like you said, like they don't look for things like that. That's what pretty much what I was trying to say.
Well, that's where the unrealistic standards come from. Though.
Well, then again, I just feel like what it's supposed to be is supposed to be. You know, that's how I look at the world.
That's true.
And like even with me, like I wasn't looking. You said I wasn't looking for you.
You were.
I was.
You were.
I was not looking for you.
You were. You weren't consciously looking, but because that's the reason. That's the reason why you clicked so fast when it came to me.
Of course. I mean, well, that's because I recognized what I didn't know. Mm-hmm. I knew that it came from, you know, where I believe.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't like because I think about that and I just like, So it's sometimes like things are supposed to be how they're supposed to be, but everybody's on this path that sometimes it's not gonna be. You're not gonna be on the same time to receive it.
But remember, I believe there's a such thing as two paths.
Yes.
And if you there's the path that's going to go the right way and this path that's going to go the wrong way, and sometimes the knowledge of certain things could help you be on the right path.
True.
Because for instance, let's say for instance, like I was talking to Kendra earlier, and I was telling her, like, you know, my mom didn't teach me nothing. My father didn't teach me nothing in regards to like in regards to like credit. In regards to like owning property.
Oh, certain things.
Think about how different my life would be if I had that knowledge passed to me. Think about it. It'd be so different because I would have a head start on what I understand now. I could invest it in Google back when Google was nothing.
So pretty much coronavirus is a way for people to just stay with their kids and teach them again. And it started teaching them instead of having a program pretty much teach them.
I mean, I believe this thing came around for a lot of reasons. You know, a lot of people think it's conspiracy that the government's trying out a new program and they're trying to get us to, you know,
don't get me started.
They're trying to get rid of jobs and, you know, create automation.
Exactly. Come on now.
But anyway, that's another topic. But,
and get the kids just stuck on a computer screen.
Well, that's another topic. So we're gonna keep on the topic of how you're spoiled apparently.
I'm spoiled rotten. I am so spoiled rotten, and I mean it.
Yeah, I can tell
that
you.
I'm not like spoiled rotten.
I know you're close.
Like a spoiled rotten. No, right?
You got like a month left on the expiration date.
I mean, like, see, I don't want to go like. I don't like how like they have like those salts and it's like, oh, made from 104 years, expires tomorrow. Like, wait, what? Like, wait, what?
Yeah. Well, that's crazy.
No, but you're very consistent.
Yeah.
So I know I'm always gonna be spoiled as long as I align myself up to receive.
Yeah.
To be spoiled.
That's funny.
But thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just doing what I do. I'm being me. That's what I'm being.
That's what I enjoy so much about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
it comes so naturally.
It does.
But anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. I don't want it to be super long. Let's see how many. 23 minutes. We put 23 minutes on the clock. It was a good conversation, though. Yeah, I think it was because she's always like, I don't want to talk on that. I'm not, okay, I'll do it.
Well, it's like we have conversations all the time.
Exactly.
I just don't want to hear myself afterwards.
Fine.
I don't want to play back. I don't want to see me.
I'll play it for her later.
Right?
Put it on all the speakers in the house. I can't get away.
No.
I can't get away.
Silly.
But anyway.
Silly.
You want to tell them bye-bye?
Later.
All right. Well, this has been a Wolf and Beta Close. May you have a good day and peace be with you.
And it was Akasuki.